Hello, all of you sexy bitches. How are you guys doing? Happy Wednesday. I know my lighting looks a little bit off today, so I apologize. I'm actually trying out some new stuff, and we'll have to see. I kind of don't like the way I have it set up right now, but whatever. I'll get it fixed later on for you guys. Don't you worry. Don't forget, guys, tonight, new blog right over here at meowbitch.tv. I got it all set up for you, and we will be working on that. Hey, how you doing, JPM Troll? Boom, Captain. All the hugs. I love it, I love it, I love it. So, guys, remember, tonight we have... Boom. We're doing our kitty mystery experience tonight over here at Dead End. And all the crazy stuff, all of this stuff is... Guess my roommate is out, can't get this to Chromecast. Aww. Yeah, XP, you have an Xbox. Just turn me on the Xbox, sweetheart. It's not that difficult. We're just one button, or trigger, over to the right. Do it. Wow, I look really washed out. I don't know if I can stand this. Hold on. I don't know if I like that. Wow, I'm like all sorts of green. Let's turn that off. Wow. Okay, there. See, now I look much better. I don't look like I'm like gonna hurl at any moment. That's so much better. Blech. Okay, perfect. So let's jump straight into this, guys, right here. Boom. So I kind of want to show you this box. And can you hear the music in the background a little bit? Hopefully you guys can hear it just a little bit in the background, but not too loud. Just something, you know, to cover up the noise. Awesome. Perfect. So here's the box. We've got some codes on the side. 4532. Some barbed wire. 187. Can't lurk if the drinks are... Oh, don't worry, honey. You're more than welcome. You can have a fruit punch or anything else. Don't you worry, sweetie. And then, of course, on the back, we got some hands on there. So I want to kind of go through everything that's on here. He'll take the virgin versions. Yes, you will. Justice, can you please get off of that? Thank you. Of course you guys can. I never said there was alcohol in it. Let's see. Let's actually go through all of these. So here's the box. And I kind of want to explain everything. What's lurk? Lurk basically means you need to step away from your computer. So you kind of just want to, you know, just let the streamer know without saying, hey, I gotta go. You just hit the lurk command. It's like saying, hey, BRB. And then when you come back, you just hit exclamation point unlurk. No big deal. No big deal at all. It's fun. We have, you know, kind of fun little commands like that. Alright, so, murder cop term? Is that what it is? Ooh. Alright, so here we go. We got 187. I'm going to kind of just page through this. And always, guys, I'm going to have everything flipping through up here at all times. So you can see everything all at once. Here on the other side, we got 4532. Still not sure what that's all about. We'll figure it out. Now here, this is kind of our starting off letter, so I'm going to read this off to you guys. This says, thank you for agreeing to act as a consulting investigator for the FBI. Special Agent Liam Grant from Forest City Field Office initiated the investigation of this murder and supervised the agents at the scene. Due to your reputation as a skilled investigator in matters of this type, the director has approved my request to deputize you as a special investigator of the case. The murder victim is Renee Scott, a nurse at the Savage Bay Penitentiary. There are 10 suspects, all 10 inmates in the D block at the prison. D block. Evidence and interviewing reports and a copy of the Forest City Tribune and all other evidence and documents are related to the investigation. Use your skills to investigate the evidence and rule out the inmates who could not have committed the crime. If you eliminate all but one suspect based on your examination of the evidence, the identity of the killer will be revealed. I recommend that you begin investigation by reading the newspaper for background information about the Savage Bay Penitentiary and the murder of Renee Scott. Next, sort through the items and documents provided with this letter. Then the field report should be your main guide. Use as a roadmap to follow as you work your way through the evidence and the items that I have provided to you. Good luck, Godspeed, and good hunting. Sincerely, Andrew Morgan. What was the code? 4532 and 187. But we're going to just kind of go through everything once we have everything all together. You guys kind of have a little overview of what's going on, and then we can kind of dig into it. I love this song. Alright, so we got our little FBI tag, and we got a dice. Now here's the back side of the FBI tag as well. So we can kind of get in anywhere that we need to go. Now here we have Sasha Day, was an Esquire, and she's an attorney for Ogilvy, Thorne, and Sharp. Now we've worked with this company several times. We can call the office, and we will, don't you worry guys, we will call the phone number. We could check out the website as well, if need be. This is on the back of the card. Voice memo. So we're also going to call this number as well. These are going to be all the different suspects. We have Justin Carr. He looks pretty evil. And we've got information on him as well in the background. 33, 6'4", 230 pounds. Carr was a disorganized spree killer who murdered 5 people over a 7-day period. He carjacked vehicles, hid in a motel in the outskirts of Forest City, blah blah, shot 3 times and survived. Here we go. We got Gabrielle Contetti, aka Papa Midnight. You guys remember him from the last one we did, or was it in the Raven? I think he was part of the Raven, and he was part of Rachel. He was, he's actually probably in jail because he assisted, oh, who was the bad guy in Rachel? And he helped kidnap and kill Rachel. So here's his information. Gabrielle Contetti was convicted of aggravated kidnap, first-degree murder as accomplice of the serial killer known as the Raven. Oh, no, he murdered Dr. Emma Sharp. So how did you find that out, Captain? How did you find that out? Escape, and the other one means murder. Interesting. Interesting. Can one of my mods, you know what, let's put this in the litter box so we can actually talk about this all in the litter box. One of my mods, throw that in there, please. Papa Midnight does a lot of different voodoos, and he actually does like very high skill voodoo. Here's another one of our suspects, Kevin Creech. I don't know, he's kind of... Okay. 33 years old, 6 foot, 205 pounds. He's an organized, mission-oriented serial killer, killing drug addicts and prostitutes because he's ridding society of immoral elements. Lovely. Reminds you of The Crow? Yeah, maybe. Here's Michael Cruz. I don't know about him. They're all creepy looking. They're all creepy looking. His name is Monster. There we go. He's a psychopathic serial killer who began murdering women in Forest City at the age of 20. His first murder following a woman to her home, subdued her in a blitz attack as she unlocked the door. 3 months later, he abducted a female college freshman from her apartment and killed her after several hours of torture. Lovely. Here's another guy. Yeah. Yuri DeSanto, aka Baggy Britches. Yikes. If you did not have a fear of clowns before, you will now. Alright, Yuri DeSanto, single. DeSanto was convicted of 2 murders in 2016 when he worked as a clown for the Freak Show Halloween production of the Riot Brothers Circus. DeSanto wrapped the bodies of each of his victims in clear plastic. At least they'll be preserved properly then. Kill them all. And removed some of their toes. Ugh, gross. Authorities suspect DeSanto for at least 9 other unsolved murders. DeSanto worked as a laborer for Riot Brothers Circus for 2 years. Okay, Andrew Duncan. He doesn't really look that bad. He just looks like he's part of a motorcycle gang. I don't think he's really that bad. But you can't judge anyone by just looking at them. Alright, D-Ball. Heavy D. I'm not even gonna. Alright, so he's a rampage serial killer who murdered 11 people associated with his lifestyle as a member of the outlaw motorcycle club called Fallen Angels. 3 of his victims were members of a rival motorcycle club. 2 were drug dealers, 1 was a supplier of weapons to the Fallen Angels. 3 were in a street gang called the Ambergos. And the final 2 are members of his own motorcycle gang. Duncan was apprehended. Okay. Just punch him in the crotch. That'd make me laugh. So we got Gerald Hennis over here. And looks like alias is Donnie Parker. Psychopathic serial killer. His methodology involves sending improvised explosive devices through the mail to his intended targets, who are all employees of financial institutions. Hennis was first demonstrated signs of psychopathy as a teenager when his family lost their home to foreclosure when Hennis was 15. He developed a delusional belief system that bank employees were engaged in a global conspiracy that justified targeting them for death or serious injury. Okay, I can kind of understand that. Suspect, Isaac McHale. Proof that Isaacs are crazy. He just looks happy. He looks like really happy to be holding on to that axe. Alright, let's look. Aliases. X-Man. He worked for the U.S. Census Bureau and for the post office during his 20s from Saturday Night Live. And he began a series of home invasion murders around the age of 26. He's a thrill-seeking serial killer who enjoyed attention from the media. When McHale was finally captured, law enforcement discovered detailed records and photos of his killing. He would always seek victims of opportunity and kill them with an axe. He had 17 victims, male and female, ranging from 19 to 50. Donovan O'Carroll. Carroll. That's creepy. He's a prolific... Awesome. Thank you, Captain. Captain, my captain. Prolific serial killer who preyed on physically diminutive women. He used ruses to attract and abduct his victims. O'Carroll's most common ruses were assuming the role of a Catholic priest and using the lost dog scenario to lure his victims into situations where they could be abducted. O'Carroll's murdered his victims by strangulation, typically by his hands or by an electrical cord. He killed 18 victims in 4 states over a period of 6 years. Dante Robinson. Coral! Coral! Yeah, I know, right? Coral! Okay. Dante Robinson. Robinson served 2 tours in Iraq in the U.S. Army after graduating high school. When he returned home, was discharged, unable to reintegrate into civilian life. He became homeless, isolated, and violent. When he was captured in 2012, he confessed to 8 murders committed during his time drifting from one town to another. He said his victims were simply victims of opportunity and not targeted. His murder weapon of choice was a machete. That didn't work, XP? Damn. Here's the next thing. We have to figure out what this is. H-A-S-T-A-B. I'm assuming it's like an anagram for something, but we gotta figure out what. But I kind of like this picture. It's really kind of cool. Really kind of cool. This is the back of it. It says Haas stabbed. But we gotta figure out what it is. Because I'm assuming that this is going to be the key to solving this. So we gotta figure out what it is. And if you want, guys, screenshot this. Unless you're a subscriber of mine, then you can print it out yourself. Yeah, we need Bandit. We definitely need Bandit to solve this one. Bandit! Bandit, we need you! Okay. Now, this, I believe, is the person who was killed. Renee? I think her name was? Yeah, Renee Scott. So, this is what happened. May 25th at 7:18 p.m., the body of a prison nurse, Renee Scott, was discovered by Hooper Reyes during a routine security check in the clinic in the D block at the Savage Bay Penitentiary. Blood pooling indicates she has been dead for less than 5 minutes. So, she was dead at probably 7:12 to 7:18-ish, give or take. Cause of death was a sharp force trauma to the abdomen, causing catastrophic blood loss and extensive injury to the lungs and heart. She was stabbed 5 times to the torso with a sharp instrument. Funny it's happened in prison. Yes! And actually, we have someone called the warden coming up. A business trip. Okay. The crime scene. No other persons were present in the clinic when it was discovered. Fingerprints from 15 individuals were recovered, all belonging to inmates and employees of the Savage Bay Penitentiary. No defensive wounds were indicating the victim fought her attacker. No significant trace of evidence or DNA was recovered from beneath her fingernails or from her clothing. No murder weapon was recovered either. The clinic records that her last appointment schedule was for May 25th at 4:00 p.m. with inmate Michael Cruz. Now, if you guys remember, Michael is this guy. So that was the last person she had a meeting with. Let's see. And that was at 4 p.m., so a couple hours later. Here's all of her information, a couple of tattoos, brown hair, green eyes. Okay, now this is super important. This is everything that's going on. They talk about cell 2, which is occupied by inmate Yuri de Santo. Got a stack of personal letters from a woman named Anna. Romantic relationship. He's got a clown puppet motive. Photos of Anna. Cell 7. The cell is occupied by inmate Michael Cruz. One wall was decorated with paintings made by Cruz as the prison's art therapy. There you go, honey. Right there. Now remember, if you are a subscriber of mine, you get access to all of this 24/7 for several days before we even go live with this on the stream. So you could start working it out and reading everything beforehand. Cell 7, occupied by inmate Michael Cruz. On the wall was decorated, his paintings. And it looks like it said one painting was found to have a grid of letters on the backside of the page. It appears to be some sort of coded message. So we'll look into that. The day room, they spent considerable amounts of time in the day room watching television, playing cards, dominoes, and other recreational activities. The only item recovered that appeared to have been created by an inmate was not supplied by the prison was one-page instructions for a dice game called the Hangman. It was found with 2 red dice. The food pantry. Some inmates participated in the preparation of meals for the prisoners and staff at D Block. Currently, 6 inmates have kitchen duty privileges and work on various shifts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Those inmates are Michael, Gerald, Isaac, Kevin, Justin, and Dante. Agents searched the kitchen and freezer and found nothing. But in the food pantry, agents found a photograph of a woman. We don't know who. The photograph was hidden between 2 boxes of saltine crackers. It was taken and added to the case file. Phone logs. Inmates are permitted to use the telephones in the day room, but calls are tracked and monitored. To view the phone logs during the time of the murder, visit the website over here. So I'm actually going to load that up. forestcity.info/phonelog.html. Oops. Phonelog.html. There we go. And we'll get into that in just a second. A solitary 1. This cell was one of 2 holding cells. It contained only a bed, toilet, and sink. It was currently unoccupied. So where's the information on solitary cell number 2? Something to think about. Reception. Inmates are permitted to have visitors during designated visiting hours. No personal contact is allowed. Just here typing out clearly the torn paper. Yes, I'll get to that. I love that one. I love that one. Inmates may appear to have special exemption and receive visitors in a room without barriers, but physical contact is still prohibited. Okay, so we've got the cafeteria. Now here it says on the wall hangs a clock that seems to be stuck at 4:27. Why? I don't know. There's also a mural of downtown Forest City overlooking the bay. In the background of the mural of the island contains Savage Bay Penitentiary. Taped beneath one of the tables was a typewritten note on 8.5 by 11-inch piece of paper. Agents took that and added that to the investigation pile. Visitation public side. The visitation area includes 4 booths with plexiglass partitions and telephone headsets. Blah, blah, blah. On the floor of the booth shares the wall with the food pantry. Agents found a business card with handwriting on the back. That was the one from the Ogleby, Thorne, and Sharp with that phone number on the back, which we will call. So here's the library. And the bar is soap. Well, as long as the warden didn't drop the soap. Alright, the D-Block library includes several hundred books and magazines, and inmates can request other titles that are not in the collection through the prison library's loan program. Investigators found one book, a thin leather volume titled The Strange Tale of Hatchet the Clown, that contained a scrap of piece of paper between 2 of its pages. On the paper was written one word, Usher. Usher. The full text of the book is also viewable on the website for Dante's books at forestcity.info/Dante's. Now, if you guys want to check out these websites like forestcity.info/Dante's, you are more than welcome to do that. And actually, I can just pull this up as well. forestcity.info/Dante's.jg. Okay, I'll pop that up as well. The yard. Recreation, 15-foot concrete walls, blah, blah, blah. There's a piece of paper that seemed to have a handwritten note that was torn up. Agent C. James photographed the pieces of documentation, and FBI determined that the page was written by inmate Kevin Creech. So, this piece of paper was written by Kevin. That's going to be important to know. The FBI one won't work for you. What do you mean, Malice? The FBI one won't work for you. And the computer room. There are 3 computers. Okay. We're going to have to figure that one out. With limited internet access for inmates who have earned them using a privilege for good conduct. Although inmates are not supposed to save personal files on the computer, investigators who discover one PDF that appears to be an inmate's hidden personal file. The FBI technicians are working on to decipher the password to open the file. So I'm just going to open this up as well. I did. forestcity.info/FBI 771.html. I mean, you still should. I mean, that's kind of part of the fun, you know?